Hello, I'm Ryan Sung Lee of Rappler.com, and we're just about ready for our main event tonight from Calamba City, Laguna. It's a 10-round flyweight fight between Robert Onggocan and Marjun Pantilgan. And we can see over to the right of the ring, they are holding up the IBF Youth Flyweight title, which Onggocan won in his last fight. So here's Onggocan, 8-1 with 4 knockouts from Dapitan City, Zamboanga del Norte. And he'll be fighting tonight against Marjun Pantilgan, 14-4, 11 knockouts. He's a year older at 22 from Talisay City, Cebu. This is the 10-round main event between two fighters with pretty good records, and it should be a pretty good fight. As we see Onggocan in the far corner over there, and then the red corner, the blue corner is Pantilgan. That's Onggocan out of the Oliveri Boxing Gym of Binyan City, Laguna. So it's not too far from here in Calamba. And then we have Pantilgan with his trainer Ping Tipura. Tipura is now training fighters out of the Big Yellow Gym in Cebu. And it appears that they picked up Tex Gonzaga as one of their assistants also.
Okay, so mga kaibigan, inaniyan po namin kayo pagsipaling lahat para sa pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Nandito po ang ating court.
So this is what it all leads to tonight. The IBF Youth Flyweight Championship on the line. 10 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for your main event of the evening. Bakbakan sa Calamba. This is your main event is scheduled for 10 rounds for the IBF World Youth Light Flyweight Championship. Sanctioned by the IBF President Daryl Peoples, Supervisor at ringside, Commissioner Fritz Gaston. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is presented to you by Oliveri Boxing Promotions in cooperation with the Honorable Mayor Timmy Chipeco. And the three judges at ringside scoring this bout on the 10-point mark system will be Hugh Cole, Adrian Greg Ortega, and Gerald Camildan. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, there, Abba Isa. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out in the blue corner, tonight wearing black and weighing 110 pounds, from yellow boxing gym of Cebu City, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Pantilgan. And he's the one that crossed the ring fighting up the red corner. Tonight wearing black with red trim. Official weight 111 pounds. He hails from Olivetti Boxing Gym of Binyan City. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning and defending IBF World Youth Light Flyweight Champion, Robert and Rapido Onggocan. Your referee for final instructions.
Jaime Villanueva, the ring announcer, as he said, that's a 10-round fight. Although Onggocan actually holds the flyweight title, the youth flyweight, which is a 10-round belt instead of the traditional 12 rounds. But yes, Pantilgan was 110 and Onggocan was 111, so they're both over the junior flyweight title. Sorry, the junior flyweight limit. But this should be a pretty interesting fight tonight. Onggocan is making his homecoming after the biggest win of his career, obviously the biggest win of his life. A 7th round knockout of Iwan Zoda in Indonesia earlier this year. Scored that on a body shot. So here we are, round one, El Rapido Onggocan in the red and black, and Pantilgan in the more solid black trunks. Onggocan is the southpaw, as you see. He's got the right hand in front, and he's popping that right jab out. Pantilgan hasn't really let go with anything yet, just trying to see what's in front of him. But Onggocan is quick with his hands. And I think that Pantilgan is going to take a little bit of time just to kind of see what's in front of him, to see the speed, the angles, as Onggocan comes in with a straight left hand and then misses with a right hook to follow up afterwards. Onggocan misses with a quick left hand. So we talked a little bit about Onggocan's victory in his last fight. A little known story about him, actually 4 years ago when he was 17 years old. He didn't start boxing until he was 17 years old. Out of Dapitan City, his father kicked him out of the house after he graduated high school and told him, hey, you gotta make your own way in this world. So Onggocan went to his cousin's house, and after a week there, and he was eating all the food, the cousin said, hey, you gotta go home. Onggocan couldn't go home, so he took a bus to Dipolog City, slept in the street, and in the morning he showed up at the boxing gym, said he wanted to become a boxer. He got a 3-round tryout in sparring, and the trainer said, okay, you can be a boxer here. So they gave him a place to stay, gave him a place to sleep, some food to eat, and some vitamins, which really, that's as good as gold for a growing teenager without any money or a job. And then after 6 months, came up to the NCR region, Metro Manila, bounced around a couple of gyms, and before taking the trip up to Binyan City, where he was turned pro by Dino Olivetti, who was the promoter of tonight's fight. with this purse, he's going to give his father a late Father's Day gift. He's going to buy him a 45,000 peso used tricycle. That should be nice for his father. End of the first round. Not much to see there. Both guys kind of feeling each other out. This is 10 rounds for the IBF Youth Flyweight title. What's the difference between the youth title and the regular title? The youth title is for 10 rounds only. You have to be a certain age. There's a certain age limit there too. So this is the 7th and final fight of a long night of fights, which was delayed slightly by rain. But eventually the skies cleared up, and here we are at ringside, bringing to you fights from Calamba City at the Buhayani Festival, the penultimate night of the Buhayani Festival in Calamba City, Laguna. Here we are, round number 2 begins. And that's Onggocan in the black and red. And in the more solid black, that's Pantilgan, and Onggocan lands a little left hand inside. So most people only saw his fight, only saw him as a professional when he finally fought in Indonesia, and it appeared that night that his real punch is the right hook. So my suspicion is that he's probably really a right-hander fighting as a southpaw. So that means he'll get some power out of the right hook, the right uppercuts, and the jabs. If what I suspect is true, that is. So I guess the Tapora trainers are now out of the Big Yellow Gym, which I'm told has been around for a couple years. So they're no longer at the Omega Boxing Gym. And Onggocan is coming on with those straight lefts, and then he lands a nice little right hook as Pantilgan tried to get out to the left. And so far, the difference has been that Onggocan is the quicker of the two. Onggocan with a 1-2 right there, and then a left hand to the body. Pantilgan doesn't really have an answer yet, because Onggocan is not just a quick puncher. He's also precise with his shots, and you're gonna want to stay out of the range of those counters. So we mentioned Pantilgan fights out of Talisay City. He's originally from Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. And Onggocan comes on with a couple left hands. Didn't really land clean, but they backed Pantilgan off. Pantilgan has won 3 straight since his unanimous decision loss to Sonny Boy Haro, former flyweight champion, back in November of 2016, and that was really just a case of Haro being just a superior fighter. And Pantilgan really hasn't beaten anyone of note. He's most of his opponents have been they've had losing records. And there's one final straight left hand from Onggocan to end the second round. And that would appear to be a pretty clear-cut 2-0 so far. Yeah, round 3, the homecoming of Robert Onggocan, who brought back the IBF Youth Flyweight title after his last fight, a 7th round knockout win over Iwan Zota in Indonesia. His family, he says his family won't be able to see this fight because they're back in Zamboanga, but if they have internet access, they can watch this fight as he lands a series of right hooks and left hands. Pantilgan's in a little bit of trouble, but Onggocan's going to want to protect himself because he's leaving himself open as well as he swings. He's got hit with a right hand there. There's another right hand from Pantilgan, and we have a barn burner here in round number 3. The crowd has come alive here. They've been a lively crowd all night. That was a fun exchange right there between both men. Both guys got in their shots. Onggocan is he lands it a little left hand right there, but he's a little bit more cautious now after getting countered a bit as he jumped in. But as I was saying, Onggocan's family, they're not here, and they're out back in Zamboanga del Norte, but they'll get to watch the fights on Rappler. We're here bringing to you boxing action from Columbus City. Oh, that was a nice little left hook counter by Pantilgan. There's a little catch and counter right there. So Pantilgan has a little fight in him. Well, the last time it was really an issue of Pantilgan stepping up. When he fought Sonny Boy Haro, he was outclassed. Sonny Boy Haro was a bit rusty himself and slowed down a little bit. But it was on 115 pounds, and Sonny Boy Haro is much more of a 115 pounder than Pantilgan is. You know, both these guys really could be junior flyweights. So we're not looking at Juan Francisco Estrada type flyweights or Roman Gonzalez flyweights. These are young men who they're still growing into their 112-pound frames. As Onggocan lands a pair of straight lefts to the body. And there's a left hand upstairs by Onggocan. So Onggocan, he likes to float over to his left and then sneak out the right as he's throwing his punches. Pantilgan just short with a counter right hand right there. But he's upbeat. He feels like he didn't miss by a whole lot. He wants to try to put himself in a position to try that one more time. So end of a wild 3rd round. So Onggocan's got to be careful out there. He's got a guy in front of him who can punch a little bit. He's got 11 knockouts in his 14 wins. Granted, he wasn't exactly knocking out Roman Gonzalez in those fights, but he can punch a little bit. Round 4, Pantilgan is aggressive. He's really stepping it up here. And Onggocan is boxing, trying to counter punch. Nice little counter right hooks and just pushed him off to the side to get out to the center of the ring again. Pantilgan feels really confident about landing a right hand counter over Onggocan's left. He's digging in right there to the body there. So we've got a live one here tonight. There was a nice right hand by Pantilgan. Misses with the left hook. Onggocan tries to touch him to the body down there with his right hook there. Oh, they both land shots right there. Pantilgan is swinging for the fences. Absolutely swinging. And Pantilgan lands a right hand. Onggocan throws a right hand over the top as well. And Varabanz is going to warn Onggocan about holding behind the head. But Pantilgan is poised to throw. And Onggocan just touches him twice up the guard with two left hands. There's a right hook to the body. Onggocan is the faster of the two. Pantilgan probably the harder puncher as he digs in a left hook right there. A left hook right to the body. Onggocan is just using a little head movement there to make a miss. And he's complaining about a head clash there. Pantilgan just keeps coming forward. This is some good matchmaking here in the main event. Pantilgan did not come to lay down. There's some body work from Onggocan. And then he throws up top. Oh, and there's a big right hand by Pantilgan. Onggocan's along the ropes where he doesn't want to be. And he gets hit with a left hook. Body shot by Onggocan as Pantilgan holds on, so he's trying to cut off the escape route of Onggocan out the right side, trying to keep Onggocan in front of him. A big left hand, and Pantilgan's in trouble. Saved by the bell. Pantilgan needed the bell there. After a big left hand and a follow-up by Onggocan. What a round! What a fight! This crowd is fired up for the main event tonight. Here we are, start of the fifth round. Onggocan had Pantilgan in a little bit of trouble. Pantilgan seems to be trying to shake out his legs, trying to get the life back in him. That was a strong finish to the fifth round there for Onggocan. And he jumps in with a little left hand and a 1-2 and a right hook to the body by Onggocan. Pantilgan hasn't really let his hands go yet. Not in this fifth round. Pantilgan trying to get a little bit closer when he throws his punches now. And that was a nice move right there to step over to the side and pop him with a right hand. Onggocan looks to be a little bit more confident now. And it's sometimes harder for fighters, orthodox fighters, in the fighting southpaws because it's hard. They can't always get the jab in as clean as they want to. And Onggocan landed a little left hand right there at the end of the exchange. And we're seeing a bit of the class really come through as Onggocan pops in two straight left hands. The speed, the class. Pantilgan cannot win this fight going backwards. Unless he can get Onggocan to walk into a shot. But you would imagine from the way that their styles are that Pantilgan will want to get something done off the front foot. try to draw Onggocan into an exchange. As Onggocan lands 2 left hands and another left hand. And there was a nice left hand right there and a right hand. Onggocan's just touching him whenever he wants to. Pantilgan really doesn't have that luxury. And this is a bit of what happened with Pantilgan in the hot hour fight, which was really closer on the scorecard, which was really wider in reality than the scorecard suggested. Becomes a point where Pantilgan realizes that he's a bit outclassed and just kind of falls into a pattern. And that's sort of what's happening so far in the 5th round here. But Pantilgan, who has been fighting since 2014, he's never been knocked out. I don't recall him being knocked down against Haro, so we'll see what kind of power Onggocan has. And he lands 2 hard left hands to end the round. And his trainer, Dino Olivetti, comes into the ring between rounds with a smile on his face. He likes what he's seeing so far. So we're halfway home of a scheduled 10-round fight in the flyweight division. This is the 6th round coming up. And here we are, round number 6 starting up. Marjun Pantilgan in the all black, and in the black and red is the man who's been in control all night, Robert Onggocan. It would appear Onggocan just has to make sure that he doesn't get suckered into something, doesn't get caught coming in, being reckless. A couple of light right hands as Onggocan got back to the center of the ring, and then jumps in with a left hand. That was a nice little sneaky body shot there by Onggocan. Onggocan with 2 more body shots, a 3rd body shot. Misses with a right hook, and he lands a left hand over the top, and a left hand straight down the middle, and another left hand straight down, another left hand straight down the middle. A couple of double jabs, and really Onggocan's doing whatever he wants to do tonight. Oh, that was a nice left hand. He came up the middle with the right uppercut, and then he snuck in the left hand. Onggocan showing a lot of class tonight, a lot of class. Oh, that was a hard straight right hand, though, from Onggocan, right in the pit of the stomach. Another body shot, and Onggocan is trying to gesture that it was a little bit low. Not really, it was on the belt line. Onggocan has to be careful when he flurries like that to make sure he's at the proper distance and he doesn't stick around in front of him, which he's been pretty good at. He's been pretty good at, like he did right there, throwing the right hook to just to get out to the center of the ring again. That was a nice little right hook right there, timing just when Pantilgan was letting go with his left hand. He moved his left and got hit with a right. We are Pantilgan getting some work done over here in the corner. And so is Onggocan. Onggocan flurrying off the ropes. Not really knockout punches, just punches to make an impression with the judges. Pantilgan gets in with a left uppercut right there. are, the end of the 6th round, 7th round coming up. It was one in which Pantilgan let his hands go a little bit more than he did in the previous round, but Onggocan still seems to be in control. Here we are, round number 7 coming up. And round number 7 is another round in which Pantilgan is going to try and smother Onggocan along the ropes. And really, that's where his best chance is. His best chance is to prevent Onggocan from getting out to the center of the ring, as he did right there, and trying to keep him trapped there and fighting and hoping that he can land a shot as Onggocan is opening up. Give her a nice little body shot right there, and another left hand up top. Onggocan is still doing whatever he wants to do for the most part. But Pantilgan just hints right there at what might be an effective strategy. As Onggocan, who is taller, as he exits out the right, he could try and hit Onggocan with a left hook as he gets out. That's sort of what Miguel Cotto would do against southpaws. Particularly like when he fought against Carlos Quintana all them years back. Oh, that was a nice left hand again by Onggocan. Onggocan is just so much faster than Pantilgan that he can more or less do whatever he wants. Onggocan looks like the kind of fighter who can get some work done internationally, not just in Indonesia, but he's a class fighter, not particularly a big puncher. But Onggocan can fight, and he's been the real toast. Oh, the hard left hook to the body. And Onggocan may have been hurt right there. Pantilgan is swinging for the fences. Trying to land another body shot on Onggocan, who may have been hurt right there. That was a hard left hook to the body, and Onggocan felt it. There's a hard left hand from Onggocan. As he tries to slow down, as he tries to take advantage of the aggression from Pantilgan. But that was a moment that Pantilgan needed in this fight to keep his hopes alive. And there we are, the end of the 7th round. That was probably the first round I can definitively give to, or the closest to definitively give to Pantilgan. And here we are, round number 8. Yeah, Pantilgan is coming forward with the left jab. He had the most encouraging signs so far of the fight for himself in that previous round when he landed a left hook to the body that seemed to double over on Onggocan momentarily. So in the back of Pantilgan's mind, he's trying to land that shot again. And the vulnerability would appear to be with Onggocan against the ropes, or when he leaves his right jab out too long. There's a little combination right there by Onggocan. Pantilgan lets off his own shots. By Pantilgan, as Onggocan stood in front of him too long against the ropes. And there's another shot. Onggocan along the ropes now gets hit with a right hand, trying to fight his way out. And there's Onggocan with a couple of left hands to back up Pantilgan now. But Pantilgan needs to believe that this is the way that he can win the fight. He has to stay close and let his power manifest itself. Pantilgan cannot win doing this, because he has to look at the example of Onggocan. Onggocan really came from nowhere, won that IBF Youth Flyweight title in his last fight, and it changed his life, at least from where it was before. Pantilgan has to really believe that he's a punch or two away from having the same thing happen in his life. From our vantage point here on the stage, it appears that there is some light swelling underneath the eyes of Onggocan. That's underneath both eyes, I would say. But they're not using an end swell. Onggocan is off his stool earlier. Pantilgan, Rivera Bienza seems to be saying something to Pantilgan. Not sure what they're talking about. But there's a left hand right up the middle from Onggocan, and then a body shot. Onggocan has to really stay off those ropes, or limit the time that he's in front of Pantilgan. That's the only time he's really been in danger, when he's gotten careless and when he's laid against the ropes. And some fighters really like to fight off the ropes. You know, Onggocan slips a little bit there, but he lands a straight left hand off the slip. Some fighters like to fight off the ropes, but it brings with it its own dangers. Pantilgan has the kind of swings for the fence that really get the crowd excited. Doesn't land too many of those shots, but they look really hard when he throws them. Nice little right hook right there from Onggocan. And then some body work right there. Some dedicated body work from Onggocan. Onggocan shaking out his legs. Hope he slipped a little bit. Oh, nice right hook as Pantilgan comes in. Pantilgan really has to feel that this is anyone's fight if he could be aggressive and land enough of those showy shots. But Pantilgan is getting hit right there. It takes a hard right hook to the body and another one. And now maybe Pantilgan is feeling the body shots a bit. Yeah, I think Pantilgan's feeling those body shots as he grabs and holds. The referee is talking to Pantilgan, I think warning him about the holding. There's a left hand to the body right there, a right hook to the body. Onggocan feels that he has something there with the body shots. Pantilgan is leaning in forward. Doesn't like those body shots he's being hit with there. And this is a reminder, Onggocan scored his last knockout, the 7th round stoppage of Iwan Zoda on body shots. And there we are, the end of the round. Pantilgan looks like he's shaking his head. Pantilgan looks like he's shaking his head in the corner. Vera Beanza is in the corner there, checking on the fighter. We have one more round. The referees, they're telling him he's going one more round. And he's stopping the fight. Marjun Pantilgan does not answer the bell for the 10th round. Winner by technical knockout, Robert Onggocan, still the IBF Youth Flyweight Champion. A victorious showing in his homecoming. What a moment for Robert Onggocan. A few years ago, he was sleeping on the street in Pollock City. He saw a Manny Pacquiao fight on YouTube and wanted to become a boxer. Now he's the IBF Youth Flyweight Champion, and he just made a successful first defense of that title here in Columbus City. As Marjun Pantilgan decides he does not want to answer the bell for the 10th round. That's a technical knockout win. What a fight. What a fight and what a treat for the fans here in Columbus City. So for Rappler.com, I'm Ryan Sunglia. Thank you very much for tuning into the fights, and we'll see you next time.